When we first started off, I believe that ASU and Tempe in general is the key to victory here. Like Susan said, all of District 17 went to Harry last time. The college students, younger generations, tend to lean Democratic for whatever reason. They tend to go that way. But the reality is that the ideas and the ideals offered by the Republican Party and by conservatives better fit what you hope to achieve. Just being here in college and in a competitive environment where you're not just sitting back waiting to get your degree in a few years, whether you perform or not perform. That's what the other side is proposing right now. Is they're basically saying, well, once you're out there, it's not equal opportunity. We're going to go ahead and guarantee equal results. And you guys get that right now, because I think if you show up or don't show up, you don't expect to get the same grade at the end of the semester. You have to earn it. You have to show up and you have to achieve your goals. And then that's the way it is when you get out in the real world, unless, of course, they change some things, and then it'll be guaranteed equal results, not equal opportunity, which I think also is called socialism. But the number one thing that we need to get from ASU and from the college students is the turnout in 2008, was it less than 20% in the primary for Republicans and independents? 21%. I think registered Republicans was right about that 20-something. I think independents was 6 or 8%. I think registered independents. People just don't turn out in primaries. And at the end of the day, they'll show up at the general election, but the race is pretty much determined at that point. We need to make sure that we have a solidified base of people show up for these primaries. We need a 50% turnout in the primary to make sure that once one of us moves on to the general election, that person will have the support of the base, that everybody's out in force, that they're pushing the Republican and conservative agenda, and that they get behind us. Otherwise, it's tough. And so many students are registered in their hometowns. There needs to be a huge push to get those guys to register here. I believe you guys are back in school, mid-August, so August 24th during the primary. You're here, you're not in your hometown. If you are going to be gone, you need to get on the permanent absentee ballot list, or we'll get your absentee ballot. But you need to make sure, and that's one of the things that you can help us with, is those voter registration drives here on campus and in Tempe and door to door, to get people to remember, hey, you know what, I'm not going to be back home, I'm going to be here in Tempe, I need to register here, I need to get out and vote, my voice is just as strong as anybody else's, and I can't let this primary go to a very, very small percentage of people. I've got to get out and help it, the masses.
Thank you very much. Okay, I'm going to switch the questions real quick, because this one kind of dovetails with something you just said. I'm going to ask you to do something you probably are going to regret doing, but this is a good question. Come the primary, after all of this is over with, and let's